quick story. 2007 March, I went to the hospital, I had a simple outpatient procedure. Yes, this is my original nose, okay? So it wasn't that. I go home, you know you have to be observed for 24 hours, so I go to my parents' house, and guess what happened? At 1 o'clock in the morning, I'm waking up shivering. And they have to call the emergency responders. They take me back to the hospital, and after 6 hours, they revealed that when they went in, it was a blind incision that nicked my intestines. Secreting waste into my body, I got peritonitis. And I almost died. And before I went under, they said, you can wake up with 2 options. We can repair your small intestines, or you're going to need a colostomy bag. Now I'm 33 years old. That's not something that you want to hear. I woke up, no bag. But the present that they left me was a nice open abdominal wound that closed naturally. So for 6 weeks, we got to take the soiled gauze out, clean it with saline solution, and pack it back. Well, they did it for me at the hospital, but guess who had to do it when they went home? A la me. I spent 13 days in the hospital, and I was 18 pounds lighter. I was this size, and when I left, I looked like Granny off of Beverly Hillbillies, because I lost 18 pounds. You can laugh, it was awful, it was horrible. I wore little kids' clothes for about 3 months. But as I laid in that hospital bed, I thought, I lead a real boring life, because I come from a long line of alcoholics and druggies. So I was a straight-laced, law-abiding citizen. I'm not the risk taker, pay my taxes on time, no traffic violations. Okay, I got a few traffic violations, but that's not the point. I've never been to jail, so we'll keep it at that. And as I laid in that bed, 2 things occurred to me. Number 1, who's going to take care of my 4-year-old daughter? Who's going to show her how to ride a bike? Who to date? How to drive? What college to go to? Because I hadn't planned any of that. I hadn't taken enough risk to say, you know what, I'm going to teach her everything she needs to know. The other thing was, I got this corporate job, making $110,000 a year that I hate. Why am I there? It's taking my life from me. And in that moment, I prayed to my higher power, which is God. I said, if you get me out of this bed, I promise you, I am going to take a risk every day. Not just on Saturday, but every single day. And I walked out of that hospital. Well, I didn't walk, I was bent over. And I'm not going to tell you that when I got home, everything was great. Fearless dust came from the sky and landed on my shoulders, and I turned into James Dean, rebel without a cause. Not at all. I was still afraid. And now I got this wound, and now I got stomach muscles that need to heal, and I have to figure out how to drive all over again. It wasn't easy, but I did it. And I'm telling you, it was the best decision that I ever made in my life. And you want to know why? Because I spent 7 years on second shift while I worked at Frito-Lay. My daughter was 5 years old before I could come home and give her a bath. 5. Today, I drop her off every day, and I pick her up every day. And there ain't a dollar amount that you can give me to take that away from me, because I decided to take a risk. So as you sit here today, hopefully you don't have to go to the hospital. Hopefully you don't have this nice little 2.5-inch scar to remind you to take a risk. But you got to start somewhere. Because if not, that's going to be you at 176 years old.